looks like or very like Nepal or some Tibet or some primitive place, very very ancient, old. My view, old statue, ancient, old, kind of dress, very ancient. But in the West, ancient means how many thousands, hundreds of thousands years ago is better, even though it looks terrible. It's bad because many years, or even kaka. 1,000 years ago, kaka was so precious. In the West. In the West. Like that. Sorry to tell a story. So, received initiations from His Holiness about Pithita Lama's pure appearances. So many deities, many initiations. But much of it is to help Tibet, to do with Tibet, wrathful actions, hooking the evil beings. And there are some lamas, so they're hooking the evil beings' consciousness. Then you are using the pura and then transferring the consciousness in the pure land, like that wrathful tantric action. Much of it is about Tibet. So I went from the West to receive that initiation. Didn't understand much. So it's one of the initiation. You have to do retreat commitment. That's a retreat commitment. So I was going to Dharamsala, but Kandala, she was here last year. She mentioned the monk, her attendant, Zamling, was going to come to Tishita Thomas for the retreat. He prepared everything. Then when he was leaving, Kandala said, "What about Kasha? Lada Kunu Kasha." Then there's another one, Lada Kunu Kasha Sangar. So there are 4 places. So Kasha, she's mentioned Kasha, we go to a Chenrezig place. So then we went to Kasha to retreat. Retreat was myself and Kandala and Deputy Segung Chenrezig incarnation, from whom I received the past life as His Holiness Guru. It was Chenrezig in Tibet, and then in India, His Holiness received the teachings on the Lamb of the Path to Enlightenment, composed by Lama Disha, from Deputy Segung Chenrezig, and then maybe also initiation. Yeah. So anyway, so the incarnation came for the retreat. That he really wanted to do. Incarnation. Just finished studying Dalit school, Garden Monastery and the Dalit school. Then there was the leader of the Kalachakra initiation, came from Tibet later. He was Unze, leader of the Unze of the Kalachakra initiation, a very good monk. He was there. and Zamling, he was there to lead prayer, and then Zamling. So we did it at Kasha. And this is a Chenrezig holy place. It's unbelievable. So what happened? Chenrezig, actual living Chenrezig, transformed in the marble, has a marble stone statue. It transformed into marble. Before it was real Chenrezig, real living Chenrezig, then transformed in marble statue. Chenrezig, I think 6 arms. So what happened was a great holy being from Tibet came, lived there 20 years. Doesn't speak maybe language. Great holy being served to one family looking after sheep on the mountain, sheep, 20 years. So one day, every evening when I come back with the sheep, the family milks. So one evening, it doesn't have milk, no milk at all. So then wondered what happened. So he thought, spy tomorrow, or what happens. And so then he went to the mountain with animals, with sheep. So he saw Chenrezig at the river, at the lake on the mountain. I didn't go, but they went somewhere and they went to see the water. Because that's from where the Chenrezig came. So it's a little bit far. So he saw the Chenrezig near the lake. So he explained what happened, and then Chenrezig said, "You carry me on your back towards home." In the village. So Chenrezig advised, don't look at back. You will hear unbelievable noise, sound, all kinds of sound. So don't look at back. But due to our karma, the sound happened, and he looked back. There were deities coming from the lake, 7. And then because he looked back, so the 7 deities coming up the Chenrezig went back and absorbed in the lake. So that's what happened. And so they brought the statue, the real living Chenrezig. Then in the Kasha, the real living Chenrezig became heavier, then transformed into stone statue. So 6-arm statue, still you can see in Kasha. That's His Holiness went many years ago, stayed 5 days in the house, which is the only better house in that time, near the holy place. So it's a little bit like village in Tibet. How it looks is a little bit like the village in Tibet. Town very dusty or some kind of place like village in Tibet, near after you cross snow mountains, then Tibet, Zhang, more, those parts. Then that time Kasha people disharmony into 2 parts in disharmony. So so become a stone statue, then left there. Then the holy being who carried the actual Chenrezig statue, that also absorbed to a stone, this big stone, absorbed to that. And it has very clear, like what Tara, hands and so beautiful white mark around the holy being. The dress is a sheep herd, looking a person looking after sheep dress. That dress. Then very beautiful, like what Tara, the hands, beautiful white mark. The drawing is a white mark absorbed on the roll. And it is there in the same temple where the Chenrezig is, and they could take care as a monk now from Ladakh, Gilbo Monastery. Before there are Hindus taking care, but somehow they felt I think maybe always problem or something didn't go well. So they decided Buddhist. So there was one lay person from, I think, I don't know, Dharmasala or something. He was very sincere. Even after 3 years, he salary, the president what gave, money what is given to him, he didn't take. He made offering to the temple. So his owners gave job to him to take care the temple at Dharamsala. It doesn't need, but just for he did a good job, so just gave the job at Dharamsala. So, but now he died. Then the monk took care. Monk now 16 or 13 years. She was supposed there only 3 years, but then a long time ago, his owners came. Then he was thinking to retire, to leave, but then his owner said, "You're good for the people, so you should stay." So he cried. Because he was thinking to leave, so he had to stay, so he cried, monk, the old monk. So, yeah, that's what he told me. And now 16 years, it's been a long time. So he's serving so much to the people who come there. Many people come, the Indian, leaders, and the Hindus, they think it's Hindu is Shiva. Also wrote outside is Shiva, like this. They didn't know the story well. So they come like that. So if they make offering, of course, I think they might collect merits, I would think. So anyway, many Hindus come to as Shiva. I think they don't know the story. And then next to the Chenrezig, there's one black rock. And I couldn't see very clear with my eyes. But it's a so old rock that was belonged to king. And the king gave present to another king. So after I came back to Kulu Manali, where people go for hot spring, for knee and health, there are two hot springs. One is up there, one is a little bit you go higher, the one is down. So depending on what they're sick, then they go there. So, of course, Kandrola I like very much hot spring too. So, what is that? Huh? Yes, you're right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I forgot the black stone. So I met. He was a monk at the Deer Park. Is a Kaju something. She started at the Katan Monastery, South India, Katan Changze, but long time. And then it was in America, sort of, I don't know, sort of Lama, giving teachings. So he came to take teachings on the the heart explanation, the good explanation of the interpretive definition, meaning Tangalation Yimbo, Lama Zongaba teaching. So we are taking teaching from abstract teaching from Geshe Sober Rinpoche. So he came, and so I met him there, Kulu Manali, where you do hot spring and so I was one hotel where there's hot spring. So I met him there with a red dress, and he told me that great Lama from Tibet came and he explained the abbot with great knowledge, explained that is that black stone is a forearm marker line you have here. Yeah, forearm color. So that seems quite right. Even though the inside I could not see clear. I didn't went inside to see. So the caretaker didn't know that. So caretaker said, maybe that Shiva is that. So it is not Shiva. So there, there's formal color. So anyway, the great holy being from Tibet who absorbed that people they pray to that. And there are people who didn't get child for 15 years, then they go there to pray, then they get back, get child. So then they go back to thank. Anyway, so, but I think it's not only that, it's also Chenrezig. The Chenrezig statue which is inside was the same, success of your wishes, prayers. So all that same, I think. But the caretaker said, oh, this. So this stone they carry around and make prayers, something like that. So of course, ordinary people come here, there's no special prayer. They only think of this life. So, marriage and children, that's nothing else than that, nothing higher than that, nothing better happiness than that. It's finished. By that. So they pray, maybe business and, that's all about this life. There's nothing special. So anyway, yeah, but many also monks, Aztec monks, meditators come there. They also are great high lamas come there. And when we were there, Deputy Demalutri which came, because he came from Ladakh to going back to Dhamsara, which came. So yeah. So all of that, it's great. So I told Tushita Dhamsara, I told people, if you are dying, you must come there. If you're dying, you must come that place. If you're dying, the Chenrezig holy place. It's a great place to for that. So. Then the organization people, they're not a meditator. They're serving the center people, cooks and this, but just organizers, not necessarily meditator. They're just there to help. So they came. They came. They had great time. We went on walk and together, and they had great time. So there's a very famous mountain of Hiruka, and 8 times it has more power than Mount Kailash. There, Mount Kailash, Hiruka, holy body, holy speech, holy mind. Lepchi is the holy mind, I think. Zeri in Tibet is the holy speech or something like that. Hiruka. So there's a mountain near Kasham. Another huge story is that Hiruka, there's 7 or 8 times more power than Mount Kailash. So I could not go at the time also, but the Spanish man, I don't know his name, Tushita, working at Tushita, he went around the mountain and also another Indian student, new student, who is not Buddhist but so inspired going to Mount Kailash. 2 times he went already. First with his wife, second or maybe other people. So inspired by Mount Kailash, some connection with Hiruka. So it wasn't Buddhist. So from there he became sort of, a connection with Hiruka. Then, devotion, faith to Buddhism, and then, naturally from his kind of related with the mind and the karma. So he went around the mountain. Then night time, they didn't carry any tent or anything. He asked one artist monk, Catholic monk, and he was deaf, said answer. So he called him. He asked him to come. So he came with him, and then they went around. There's no road, so then it became night time in the mountain. So they slept on the stone, and but he's here a lot of noise. He can't see anything, but he's very fearful, lot of noise. That's what he said. And they were good around. And so I thought to go in the future. And yeah, so anyway, it was some, if they can make some road, some comfortable to go around, then after that, I follow to sort of thinking to that. I heard his sons maybe also went around. So anyway, so the story I was going to mention is, so when I was living, I met 2 Kagyu monks from Penryn, which is a monastery, South India. So these 2 monks said they met, they saw Tara, spoken Tara statue. Very, very old one, they said. So they had food, we had food. Then because they told me the place. So I went, so I came to the road and arrived at one place. It's a small monastery. The monk was not there, caretaker. So the workers, so it's a Pandalama, spoken Pandalama statue inside Regency. So they could not remember, they could not sell Tara statue. So at the end, the worker said, something a little bit further, there's one, maybe that, not sure. So we came. There's big water other side, big waterfall. There's a Pandanama water. This side, the small temple. There's a spoken Pandanama statue. We didn't see, but the monk is there, not there. So when the father, then one mother came out, and the mother said, "Yes, we have a Tara." So it seems not so much well known that. So we went to see. It's 1,000 years old Tara statue. It was, it's well made, but so old. They say it is taken care by their father and the grandfather, and it goes like that. So their father, they say, is come from the sky, from the between the clouds. Yeah, this is they said. So the black were so old and there's nothing, small mud house. So I said, I thought we became quite close to the mother, father. So we had food, lunch there, and they offered lunch, and the caretaker. So I said, can I offer brocade dress for the Tara? And he said yes. He didn't follow the Western idea of keeping looking old, he didn't follow he didn't say, I was hesitating for the tourists. And I was hesitating. Of course, it's better to call it marriage, good karma. You offer gold to the statue, offer gold. You offer, what's best possible to call it marriage. The idea is to call it marriage, good karma. So it's called totally different understanding. So anyway, he didn't say, he said yes. So I went down Sala and went to the shop to buy the brocade necklace and here. But I got a little bit bigger one, clumsy, and so in my room down Sala, almost every statue is a dress. The Kazakh brocade, the necklace, and this, and the rainbow colors, most bought and offered. The one time I was there. So I ran to America, and she said it was these are made by the Lama Jews, Lower Tangta College, amongst the Dhammasala. So I asked them to make again the dress for Tara. So they made one, then sent the artist Manga, a couple of Manga were there. Then the Spanish man went to offer and did Tara Puja, and did Tara Puja. So there's so I rang or asked if it's possible to paint real gold on the face and jewels on the crown. So afraid it might be follow tourist idea, the so ancient to sure but he accepted. He can do, but then I don't know how to paint gold, real gold. So so the Kandula's artist, young boy, makes excellent tangas, but he didn't come out. And then one nun, Australian nun called Nima, she started art, Dhammasala, paintings. So she became the best. But she doesn't know how to paint real gold on the statue. So she was at Kasha. So I was painting mantras on the rock outside, outside with Kandula, rock mantras. near the road, high the road, not down below, but high up. So some stones, and but after Khandra left, and then after a few days I left to go to Mongolia. So yeah, then I got a few stones to that, Khandra left, and then so yeah. So at a little time, she helped me to I wrote the mantra, then she make more clear like that. She finished it. I learned art, Tanga. She made a Vatara, very good. So also she helped to make paint the eyes and send Vietnam. The artist was making Amitabha Buddha statue, I don't know, maybe 2 times life size. Now in Washington we have it's a marble stone. So he was making, so they made their own style, closed eyes and all many different. But we sent statue and all the eyes to make a kind of text, not close. Buddha doesn't have implemented. We have implemented. Buddha doesn't have implemented. Also, not closing eye for meditation. Closing eye, no, that's wrong. So they, so I explained to him the Buddha's eye. Half opened, half closed. Half opened is Buddha's eye, directly seeing all the past phenomena, present, future phenomena, directly seeing, as well as emptiness, ultimate reality of the phenomena. Why phenomena exist? So because they are empty. So. Do not exist from its own side. So they exist many names. So the Buddhism only mind see all the existence, past, present, future at the same time. So and not only that, working for sentient beings, numberless sentient beings, exactly understanding every sense, numberless sentient beings, human beings, sura, asura, intermediate, helpings, hungry gods, animal, what they think, exactly, no mixed, no mistakes, exactly seeing all the phenomena at the same time, working for them effortlessly. Just like one sun rises in the world, dispels all the darkness in the world, reflection comes in every single water, oceans and water dew, every single water reflect. When there's no guide, when there's hiding, reflection comes everywhere, numberless. One sun, without effort, all like that. Buddha works for sentient beings like that. So, just a brief explanation. Half open, half closed means at the same time, while working for a number of sentient beings, at the same time, in meditation, equal was meditation on emptiness of all the phenomena that is existing in the emptiness. Equal was meditation in the emptiness forever. So true. Equal was meditation and the directly seeing all the phenomena and the working for the sin done the same, can do at the same time. But before, so I don't know, Tangdrapa Sutra can't do both, something for higher beings. But Buddha directly do it together. So that's special quality Buddha. So they, I explained to him, the artist in Vietnam, and but first extremely well met, and the eyes a little bit, they didn't, I don't know what happened, some problem, the Gaelic had to rub with the night plan and then do according to the text, the water rate of normal bed. And so the ear is not wrong, it's a little bit like this. Was okay. Then this, maybe that's my mistake. Supposed connect, but this they inspire the tumor fire so to flame to burn tumor. Then this Gaelic made to joined artist joined. Also very very good. How to say? With this celebration before I came, Washington, with this celebration, Amitabha Buddha. So over food, everybody would come. Tibetan food, Shamte, that his own Lama's teacher, his own Chen was favorite food. And his ling was a favorite food. This is what we eat when we go puja. This is what is given. So but of course I made it a little bit different from that. But basically that was what is shamti. So a lot of food. We have a small center, Pamdingba. They made the food and there's some food, and we did lots of offerings to Amitabha Buddha, and so celebration did. But there was no music or anything offered by people. It didn't happen. Yeah. So people enjoy very much. So the idea is to make connection. People, neighborhood, and people are far who come there to make that day. We do introduction or whatever. I didn't get to speak because some people come later, so like that. So the idea is to make connection with the Buddha, Amitabha Buddha. There, that was the sort of idea, and eventually to be maybe guided to be born in Amitabha People land, and sort of that. So around we plant trees, flower trees, Japanese trees, and so flowers around, beautiful flowers, and so to make park sort of where people can come sort of rest. They come there and sit, read books, and go see the Amitabha Buddha, to enjoy, to have peace, for that. So like that, yeah. So people enjoy very, very much. So I thought the food is most important. Believer or non-believer, but both food is very, very important. So we made a Tibetan food. So that was my emphasize to the people. There are people also in the future. So okay. So I was supposed to speak purification, healing, and joyful living. purification, healing, and joyful living. Finish. Goodbye. Yeah. So, there is many different levels of purification. So, most powerful purification is, as mentioned, the text. In the text, pleasing the Guru, or that is the most powerful purification. Pleasing the Guru's whole mind. If one broke the negative karma, or anything happened, then do something pleasing the holy mind of the Lord's friend. That's the most powerful purification. Whatever it is, that most powerful purification. Then after, then also working for the Sangha. working body, Nanre monastery, working with the Sangha. That's not a very powerful purification. Working body center, working for the center. It means that includes following Guru's wishes, fulfilling Guru's holy wishes, following Guru's advice, and working for the center. But also that means working for the teaching of the Buddha, serving for the teaching of the Buddha, serving the sentient beings. So, without the teaching of the Buddha, there is no happiness for nowhere to receive happiness for the sentient being. So, as for the sentient beings, to working for the teaching Buddha, serving the teaching Buddha, and also for sentient beings. So very powerful purification. It is very powerful purification. Of course, maybe at the beginning, I can't say everybody, but many people might start with a good heart, to the sentient beings, to the people, to the people, to the teaching Buddha, to the sentient beings. Then, because there are many difficulties, many problems rises, also depending on how you think. Depending on how you think, yes, there is a problem or there is no problem. How much problem there, it all depends how you think. Depends on your mind. You can create, you can think, you can create so many problems. Or you can think, have less have problem, depending on how you think. So it's all how you think. It depends on your mind. But of course, all the problem looks like coming from its own side. For us, our mundane mind, ordinary mind, looks like coming from its own side. But not. It's all your mind created. Yeah. So great purification. Unbelievable purification. So then working for the sentient at the Dharma center or some other work, but working for the sentient being with a good heart, with compassion, with a good heart, with a good heart. Then, how much difficulty is there with the compassion? How much difficulty is there being hardships? How much hardships you're able to bear working for sentient being? For you, it's incredible purification. How much harder, difficult it is. For you, it's a great purification. For you, it's really a great purification and a quick way to achieve enlightenment. Sangye, total elimination of the obscuration and the completion of all the realization. For you, who with compassion, with a good heart, and then how much harder it is to work for others. Oh, for you, it's a greater purification, quick way to achieve enlightenment. It's like that. It's like that. So, harder it is. So, it's something maybe very comfortable, kind of, you don't have to bear hardships and kind of easygoing, sort of, for you, maybe not much purification. Harder it is, more difficult. Harder is the compared working fathers, dedicated fathers. That is the greatest to achieve peace from samsara and achieve enlightenment. Kuga. That's what it is. So there's I don't remember, there's a material of this word from the religion, ornaments of sutra. I don't remember. For eons, takes eons to generate one bodhicitta in the heart of one sentient being. It takes eons to generate a bodhicitta in the mind of the sentient being, one sentient being. So Bodhisattva is so happy to that. Even it takes eons to generate one bodhicitta in one sentient being's mind. There are numberless sentient beings. So happy to that. Bodhisattva. I don't remember the verses in the religion. And then Bodhisattva, as I mentioned in Lama Chepa, Guru Puja, which we always recite. Chenrezig namepi menang kaba jaso nekechang ingje mikyu changju chosunbi Chenrezig Zopa chinjilobus. For the Bodhisattva, for the numberless sentient beings, for the benefit of each sentient being, even you have to abide in the eighth hell, in the eighth number, the eighth hell, the last one, unbearable hell realm, that one, which I explained before, down there. So how long abide in that hell, unbearable suffering hell? According, so eons, how many eons? According to the number of the drops of the ocean, Pacific Ocean. According to the number of the drops of the Pacific Ocean, that means even one has to abide in the unbearable suffering hell. For the benefit of each sentient. With compassion, you don't get depressed. With compassion, you have compassion. You don't depressed. Then attempting to work for enlightenment, the sentient being to enlighten, that one sentient being to enlighten, to work for that. Made a parameter of perseverances be completed. may the parameter of perseverance be complete. So that the Bodhisattva's attitude. I'm talking about Bodhisattva's attitude, all like that. Can you imagine? Unbelievable, unbelievable. These things we have to think. Especially, working for the family. After you're working for the family, taking care of children, you're taking care of wife, husband, or family, parents, children, or working for the Sangha. You have to remember that. So when we start Lama, must think the meaning. When you do the prayer, must think the meaning. Keep the mind there, not the mind go all over the world. During Lama Choba, not like that. Mind to go all over the world, maybe a restaurant or movie places or beach or different beach or something, not like that. Blah, 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 mind to go all over the beach. Laying down, burning body. So not like that. So must think the meaning. Mind should bring in the meaning of Lama Choba. Then really helps you. Then you have depression. It brings out your depression out, You see? Otherwise, like triple quarter, Even Lama Sanja Lama too, it's great meaning. Unbelievable, great meaning, very profound. Tantric meaning, the very deep meaning. Not just plain triple quarter. So, they're very meaningful, so meaningful. So anyway, I'll say, all like that. So, of course, even mundane things also of this life has many problems to success. Why not? Of course, Dharma activity, great one, that which is great benefit. Of course, great success. Yourself to be free from oceans of samsara suffering, and to achieve the peerless happiness in life, and cause others to be free from oceans of samsara suffering, oceans of suffering pain, oceans of suffering of change, all the samsara pleasure, and then from where those two suffering came, progressive compounded suffering. So oceans of that third suffering, and free forever, not just few days, few months, few years, no, forever. Then not only that, to bring the Sangye, the Buddhahood, the ultimate happiness, sentient beings, numberless sentient beings bring. Even working for 1 centimeter. Of course! But there are so many obstacles. Mundane works. Even works of this life has many obstacles. Why not? Dharma practice. And for that, can you imagine great success? What is there? Great success, more success than that. What is there? There's nothing. There's nothing. You think something else about this life, something very important, but it's nothing. So nothing, very temporary and very suffering. So So of course, so much obstacle. I don't know. I think many years ago, I think it's to do with the Mama Max, one African American, what do you? The nun, we have after Zina, Russian princess, well, her father was first king, and the revolution then left into France and lived in France, but she lived all over. After that, our benefactor was Mama Max, we call African American, is it? African American. So I think maybe we talked about some big obstacles in that business or something. So the very, very good-hearted, learned Kejun Sangsum, good-hearted and learned peer. He became not Gadantiba, but one before Gadantiba, Chata Chuchu Chanchi. His name is Genlo Sang Nyima. He's one of the best disciples of Debje Songrambache. So Debje Songrambache, normally, many times you might think maybe scold or some, maybe aspect, maybe mercy, that's for aspect. But when the Geshe Lama comes to a situation, and his face totally changes. Like, how to say? My expression was butter. You put the butter in the frying pan, then butter melt. See the change shape. So it felt holy face, like very gentle, very soft aspect. When every time he comes, so it's learned, good-hearted, and pure. So he said, Buddha, the Arahats, when they are about to achieve Nirvana, so much obstacle, so much problem, so much obstacle, before they achieve Nirvana, he said. He said, quotation from Abhidhamma Kosha. Anyway, or the Arya brings, the cessation of the delusion, different levels of delusion, or something that he mentioned the quotation by Abhidhamma Kosha. So it's like that. So he said, so that's something which has to happen, that we go through that. So anyway, I'm talking a long thing, sorry, very sorry. So anyway, I want to tell this. So there's different levels of purification. First one is you never experience at all the suffering, result of suffering, by purifying the cause. Okay? At all. Especially then like Vajrasattva with the remedy for powers, and then 35 Buddha also. And so the second Second, way of purifying. You don't have to. So you don't have to be born born back to lower realm from where you came from. So you don't have to be born back in the lower realm at all. But because that you experience, because that you don't have to be in lower realm at all. But you have to experience not the lower realm, but in this life, the heavy negative karma collected in the past manifested headache or diarrhea. I mentioned diarrhea. So cancer, leprosy disease or whatever, or disharmonious family problems, many things, or all kinds of things, or in all kinds of form. You don't experience lower realm for a long time, experience most unbelievable suffering. But your past heavy karma manifests into cancer or family problems or business, lost business or something. Even small headache or diarrhea or something. You experience that, then you don't have to experience the lower realm for such incredible length of time. The heavy suffering are most unbearable. We don't have to. So, that's one of this. So I want to tell you something. Okay. Now meditators, we have a couple of meditators, one meditator, that's from Sarame, Komtela. So he gets sick. He, ascetic monk, renounced this life, attachment. So water bowls, he has a small bottle, a small bottle for injection. They throw the bottle, so the 7 at the altar, water bowl. You like that? Small water bowl after injection, then throw. So he has 7 small water bowls, this size. So at the altar, water bowl. So you can, if you are extremely lazy, you can offer that. So he's an ascetic monk, and like Baksa, we don't have money. It was very rare, difficult. So monks have water bowl like that, small bottles, 7 water bowl. Like that, many monks. So anyway, so because ascetic monk, so like that. So doesn't possessions and so like that. Of course, visualization doesn't have to be small like that. You collect extensive merits, but visualize big. So anyway, he also gets sick. Almost he died. Then again, he goes, I almost died. Many times happened in different places, not around Kabon. So pure Dharma practitioners, it happens like that. I was different karma, some past heavy negative karma collected, so. But you see, the owner of the restaurant, so for example, especially Chinese in a restaurant, of course, every day thousands of insects in the restaurant, particularly Chinese. The insects, so much have to eat insects. So much, about 1,000 you need to kill. So you see, but you see the owner of the restaurant is very healthy, long life, very healthy. Look like it's okay. Look like it's completely okay. But the pure Dharma practitioner, you always get sick. Ascetic monk, sick, almost died. Then another sickness, almost died. So now people will see who don't know Dharma, but looking at them. The rest of the owner who are very healthy, long life, then that looks like, oh, this must done many bad things, sick all the time. This restaurant owner must be positive, must be doing good things, and as well, I think like that. Must be very positive person, not thinking motivation, not examining, but being sick or other, everything go out, plenty of money, going, so touching upside. Okay. Now, this mentor who often gets sick, pure Dharma practitioner, who gave out the attachment to this life, the most difficult one, for the first Dharma, very first Dharma, renounce the attachment, freeing your mind from attachment. This is life. Or first Dharma. So you renounce attachment to the life. Oh, so the attachment to the four desirable objects, to the happiness, and then of this life, then interesting to the words, the attachment, then the praise, the reputation, the attachment, then reputation to you, then praise, then material receiving the attachment. So, because you have so much attachment there, so then you have a dislike. There's like attachment, then dislike, problem, dislike. When there's discomfort, when there's bad reputation, when they don't have reputation, when they don't have praise, bad reputation, on the not receiving material. So you have dislike. Because the attachment is wrong, then you have big dislike. Had dislike. So you have no peace in the life. So up and down, both are suffering. Both. In the West, this suffering, but not only this suffering. In the West, this is the practice. This is what you should have. This is what you should happen. Doesn't work. In order to be free from this, you have to abandon this one. free from this completely, you have to abandon this one. So this completely religious, doesn't know in the West, and then this practice, this level doesn't work. So, so like that. So once you have attachment to the light, then it's like root of the tree. Problems then spread out from 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, all like that, root of tree like that. From life from, and then from 10, 100, 10, then 100, and from 100, and 1,000, and a million, 1,000, I don't know, 100,000, so many, like that. So you see now who gave up, who got freedom, inner happiness, peace, by letting go this one, then doesn't bother this one. This is not important for you. This is not important for your mind, so this for not important. Doesn't bother. Whatever happens doesn't bother you much. So more you let go, see your mind is this for the dislike, and then less, more renounce this, more the for dislike, and the weaker and less. So truth doesn't matter. So as Nagarjuna said, it's equalized. As Nagarjuna says. So there's a great peace in the mind, peace and happiness, inner happiness, incredible. Like you see Milarepa life story, many of the meditators. So like that, the first Dharma. So like that. Ipama Sambhava said, if one does not this, then Chebe Suki, and the one who shows a religious person, then can do non-dharma. If you check, looks like practicing dharma, but reality not. Opposite, actual dharma, not dharma. So the meditator, you see, meditator, the next life, want to go to Pure Land. When you die, go to Pure Land. What amazing! Then, with the incredible qualities of high bodhisattva, they come back to work for a suffering world. Then on the way to enlightenment. And then you see, all perfect human birth, and then you see, even much better than this life, much better. So learned in Dharma, and easy to actualize part, easy to practice, born in the Buddhist families, and the 4 Mahayana Dharma wills received what we do Lama Chapa, then conducive meditation place, then realization, so much about in next life, then from there, with Guru devotion, really the path of enlightenment much better, and then how you will go to enlightenment, never go to Lord, for happiness to happiness, so enlightenment. Then now the resident owner, this now is a long life, healthy, lots of money, okay? But you see, it doesn't know Dharma, hasn't met Dharma, doesn't know Dharma, there's no purification. There's no even one purification can do. you know, in his life. Somebody who does not Dharma. So then all the negative karma is very heavy. So all the negative karma with the body, speech, mind every day, killing thousands of animals, big animals, small animals, insects, wow. Oh, every day. So all that heavy karma collected. And then day by day it increases. Nobody starts practice every day, then increases. One negative karma. Even when it's done is small, but by increasing after 15 days, the karma becomes heavy. It's the same as killed one human being. Same heavy karma killed one human being after 15 days. So after 18 days, 100. 100,000 and 31,000. Then maybe 72 or something that I mentioned by Papanga. After 18 days. So without Vajrasattva practice, and like that, without those powerful practice, no. And then doesn't do those practice, then even the negative karma light one, it increases day by day. Wow. Then by the time of death, that one negative karma, by piling up like mountain, it becomes like, the atom by piling up the bigger mountain. So the one negative karma becomes like mountain. Then no question, all other negative karma. So then like that, you see. So after death, then at the time of death, so much suffering at the time of death. Then after death, then lower realm, then such a long time, even or however long time, then experience most unbelievable suffering, that doesn't fit to our mind. So, as I mentioned yesterday, it was materialized in 1 feet in the sky, all like that. So, then the future life, person doesn't know. Future life, very unbelievable, frightening. Most frightening. The person knew, it cannot sleep, cannot eat food, kind of like that, vomit, and even knew it like that. So it's like this, and so now looks like very healthy, lots of money, but nature of life is not easy. Many years ago, I was in the airplane from India coming to, I don't know, Australia or somewhere else. So in the airplane there was a lot of people. So people just got in the inside plane. We are flying. So people, setting up. It was busy time to set up. But I was thinking of their future life. Their future life, and they haven't met Dharma. They don't Dharma. They haven't met Dharma. They don't Dharma. Nothing else to think except this life, these few years. Even they live longer, a few years. Nothing else. And motivation, only non-virtue, happiness is life. Clinging, only non-virtue, motivation. Eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, doing job, talking. or that attachment of this life. And that's non-virtue. All the actions, non-virtue, whatever they do. So they don't have opportunity to omani bemehu, to recite omani bemehu. No matter how much they brilliant, zillion, trillion, but they don't have opportunity to recite omani bemehu even one time in the life. Even one time in the life. Which omani bemehu, just by reciting, Gelong, who broke the 4 root vows, the killing, intercourse, stealing, and then telling lie. 4 root for defeat. Gelong who received 4 defeat. Even Omani Pemu one time purifies that. Even Gelong. It is mentioned in the Chenrezig, benefits of Chenrezig. I don't know the particular name, the benefits of Chenrezig, Bandra, there are different texts. I don't remember now. So, the benefits is limitless. You can see I think Red Buddha, not Amitabha, Red Buddha, Sangye Marbo, said, I can count the number of drops of the Pacific Ocean, but I cannot count the benefits of Omani Bemo. It recited even one time. I can count the animals' hair, every single hair, but I cannot count the benefits of Omani Bemo. It will recite one time. I can count the dust of the earth, but cannot count the benefits of Omani Bemo, even recite one time. So there are so many. So they don't have opportunity to recite Omani Bemo even one time in their life. Can you imagine? So now you can see how we are so fortunate, unbelievable. You see, we can't. Normally we don't think. Maybe didn't hear, maybe don't even hear, but don't think. Take it easy, very lazy, especially here, Australia. I mean, I just came from Mongolia. Last year they did 100 million and 80 million Omani Bemo. This year, the Mongolians, beginning I heard, Mongolians, they were come, go during the session. I thought it was very messy, very messy money. But when I came there, there's 100 people last time, all time came for sessions. The Mongolians very good. They could do the prayers translated. We do chantings, but the ones loose ones do Mongolian language. So everybody was so good. It was so good. That unbelievable. The Mongolians are very good. Not according to what I heard before. There was a long life puja, I think maybe more than 1,000 people. The gomba was kind of full. So anyway, of course, Mongolians, a lot of devotion is very famous. They have a lot of devotion. That's well known. During Kala Chakra, His Holiness the Lama gave Kala Chakra a long time ago, raining during that time. The Mongolians holding Kata all session. during the Kalachara, whole session they were standing with takatas and then, but it's raining. Can you imagine? I thought there was a big can't stand like that, especially standing. So anyway, I think Australian, after a few months, they fed up. I started here so many years ago. The 100 million money. How many years ago?
Within 2014.
What?
14 years ago.
40 years? 14. I think also like beach, koala bears, kangaroos. But instead of doing one. Anyway, reciting one time, benefits. This is without bodhicitta. Now with bodhicitta, reciting Om Mani Padme one time, you collect more merit than sky. More merit than sky. So it is explained in the it is explained in the Lamdran teaching. Universe fill up with the 7 types of jewels, but offering to Buddhas. Then you put hand at the heart and general Buddhas, the may achieve enlightenment for sentient being. Then you see, you collect merit more than sky. Talatane machiso. At the end, it has no limit. The benefit of that has no limit. It's mentioned in the limit path to enlightenment. So done with the bodhicitta, wow! Unbelievable, most unbelievable. So that's like that. So you see, we are so fortunate and not recognize that. Wow, it's like gold. It's like you have a diamond or gold, but didn't recognize, and you throw in the water, you throw in garbage, diamond and gold. It's like that. You understand? It's like that. So anyway, then okay. So what I'm saying, problems. Problems. So you have to know the Dharma practice, working for the sentient being, working for others, Dharma practice also. So you are having negative karma collected in the past, or this life, so purify, so have to manifest in some problem, catastrophe, or this now. So, next time, then you don't have to law realms, called Pure Land or Perfect Rebirth. Wow. Then, cool way to achieving enlightenment. Or then next time, enlightenment, even not enlightenment this life, but within 7 years, within 3 years. Within 3 years, within 3 years, within 3 lifetimes, within 3 lifetimes, within 7 lifetimes, within 16 lifetimes, So they, the Gaza, then also take initiation, do practice as much as you can. And the following the Guru's advice, as much as possible. All that. So the enlightenment is possible. And they said, Judam Jung, I think, Tang the within 6 times, possible to reach enlightenment. So like that. Anyway, like that. What time now? 6. No, 12. Then, it is mentioned in the Kara Gomchung's advice. Tande tunga tamejan monje lengen sejen chimie tunan deju tunga la kaogum siang. So Kara Gomchung Kadamakeshi, there's a at each 4 verses, there's so like I said, it's one of the stanzas there. So 30 stanzas. Yeah, at the end. So she said, experiencing a small suffering now, it finishes past nirkama. And you will be happy, there will be happiness in the future. Therefore, rejoice the suffering. Therefore, rejoice the suffering. Write down that. So that you can remember, you can read again if you write down. Otherwise, forget. There will be happiness in the future. So as I get the mandatory, who was good 6 seconds. So there's incredible like lotus open in the future. Pure land or perfect image, incredible. Dharma understanding, realization, The karma is expandable. Karma is definite to experience the result, virtue, from the cause and dharma. Then karma is expandable. So one good karma result happiness for many, many 100 lifetimes, 1,000 lifetimes, from one good karma. Karma is expandable. So I have to think that. So you don't experience the result, happiness, if you haven't created the cause, virtue. Then what virtue you have created never get lost. Even billion, zillion, trillion, numberless events. As long as it doesn't meet obstacles, the anger and dedicated for enlightenment, for sentient beings. On the special seal with the emptiness, like how dedicated marriage. And then Khasa. The anger has do not meet the condition which harms destroy the virtue, and so it's like that. Numberless eons ago, but still you can experience it. Doesn't despair the virtue. Then you would think it is similar to non-virtue. And that, that, it is said in the Khasa, in the section of Karma, it is mentioned that if you kill one insect, then the result you will be killed 500 lifetimes by others. So maybe the insect they were killed, the consciousness couldn't do so. Then, as a result, then you get killed 500 lifetimes. And then also depends how you kill, how heavy, it depends on that also. Then if you cheat one sentient being, in the commentary of the Ayadeva, Ayadeva teaching the Umashijaba, middle way view, for understand that. Their commentary mentioned, if you cheat one sentient being, if you cheat one sentient being, then you will be cheated. You will be cheated by others 1,000 lifetimes. Like that in the commentary. They mentioned, but it also depends how you did, how heavy. So then it's longer. So like that, karma is expandable. You have to remember that. So, so the like this. So even you are experiencing the difficulties, whatever, you have to remember that Kara Gomchung's advice. In the future, you have great, like roads opening, great happiness. Now, problem, but in the future, great happiness, then enlightenment. So like that. So past heavy negative karma, finish, very expensive. I have to remember that. So now here I want to say something. The essence, Dharma. So if you are believer or non-believer, you know, if you are believer or non-believer, even non-believer, non-believer reincarnation come on. But, you know, His Holiness very much these days emphasizing the secular life, the ethical life, very much emphasizing ethical life. Even you don't believe reincarnation karma. So that, yes, he emphasizes very much that. So however, yeah, the real purpose of life is not just achieve happiness for yourself and free yourself from difficulties. Not just for that. Is numberless sentient beings. Not just one sentient being. Numberless, the purpose of real life. Numberless sentient beings, free them from oceans of samsara suffering. And to achieve happiness, but ultimate happiness, free from oceans of samsara. Not only that, then sangye, total elimination of the obscuration, completion of the realization, ultimate happiness. To cause that. That's the real purpose of life. So, numberless, like yourself, but numberless others, sentient beings. That's the real purpose of life. How to live the life, with what attitude. So the best happiness, that. Best happiness come from your mind, good heart, benefiting others and them. Freeing others from suffering. That's the best happiness. So it is mentioned. Kanche dada shendun nyuti jaba dobade. Kanche dada shendun nyuti jaba dobade. Sawe tamba jaba samay. Right? Jinju. Kanche dada shendun nyuti jaba dobade. Sawe tamba jaba. So one reason, why change oneself to others. Who wishes to guide oneself and others, numberless sentient beings. Others, who will guide, no, Dada Shindu Jejawa, Sametama Jebas. Exchanging oneself to others, keep this, Sametama Jebas, keep this secret, keep this, practice this secretly. Because not even Bodhisattvas, even not every Bodhisattva, because raw Bodhisattva, raw intelligent Bodhisattva, this is doesn't fit to the mind or even raw intelligent bodhisattva. So then keeping secret, practicing the secret. Then also, I don't remember. Then other one, Darshan Jewa Machina, Zosan Yetu Minjure, Koane and Dewame, Jiden Paro Pasho, the Titan doing. Oh, that. If you don't change yourself into others, you cannot achieve enlightenment. So that means numberless sentient being or one sentient being. You are enemy, for example. You don't change oneself into others. Even this enemy, one sentient being, the enemy who bother you. Dashin Jevama, if you didn't change oneself into others, Dashin Jevama, the enlightenment cannot be achieved. You then parapashok, leave aside beyond of the beyond of this life, beyond of this life, the future life. There's no happiness in samsara. If you don't change yourself into others, there's no enlightenment cannot be achieved, and there's no happiness in samsara. Even in the samsara, there's no happiness. Leave aside beyond of this life, future lives, leave aside. Works of even this life doesn't get succeed. So many fightings in Syria. Well, there's so many people dying, so many people dying. Well, what they've been developing for 1,000 years, 100 years, so much of it developed, destroyed. By bomb, destroyed, within 1 hour, gone. You see? So that. So many people, so many refugees have no food. Then many countries fighting every day. Every day so many people get killed, so many houses and so many things they build for 1,000 years and 100 years get destroyed. You know? Billion, zillion, trillion dollars get destroyed. So you see, that's all come from self-chasing thought. I heard this First World War started because some famous man was killed. Some famous man was killed, and then it's just an individual story. But then it became world. It kind of involved the world. Then became First World War. The reason to start World War is just one famous person, some killed or something happened. So from that started became the First World War. It's very funny. Then so many million people have died. Advice. So, political people, you see, political people, best Buddha. World political people, best Buddha is not the Bodhisattva, at least. If not, the Arhats. So much knowledge. You know, 5 clairvoyants. Wow, amazing. Then Bodhisattva, who has a complete dedicated life for others, happiness, no suffering. You see, you need like His Holiness, the world political leader. You see. Otherwise, so much suffering. Otherwise, you know, as long as you have self-touching thought, especially, so much suffering. Wow, what a suffering, what a suffering, what a suffering, what a suffering. You see? You don't want to give up your power. Oh, you don't want to give people. So much suffering, unnecessary. Unnecessary killings, 100,000 people, 100,000 people. You know, especially the Kazakh, the ordinary people, not political, ordinary, so they have died, suffer. So not changing the, not generative, but not generative, but good heart, they exchange ones for others. So because that, the world suffers. Because that, then global problems, world problems, are the country problems, society problems, what? Family problems, oneself problems, what? Oh, from that answer, from that self-sufficient thought, self-centered mind. So like that. And then can you the Chida many madam, Sabapa ammunition. Taking down a madam, Dungaba minute. Down she was a single Dunga Shiviji. Dani Shana down was a Shanda so just. Oh, not the good, very powerful. Chidam, if you're holding fire, you don't drop the fire, as soon as you hold the fire, burns you. Chidam, many Madana Sabapamation. As soon as you drop the fire, you can stop the burning. So, exactly like that. Exactly, your problem increase. You see, people not happy. Wow. Taking down like that, taking down, you don't give up yourself, then you cannot give up the suffering. Therefore, to pacify your receiving harm from others and harm to others' harm, to pacify your receiving harm from others and others' harm, to pacify both. Therefore, give up oneself for others. And cherish others yourself, as yourself. Oh, so this, the ultimate, real how to live life is that. You know, to bring all the happiness up to enlightenment. Day-to-day life happiness, next life, ultimate happiness, liberation from some enlightenment. All that to come, everything, success, everything. And you to bring all the happiness to numberless helplings, hungry ghosts, animals, human beings, suras, asuras, intermediate stage beings. Oh, to bring all the happiness, that one. to bring happiness, not only yourself, to every sentient, every numberless, every sentient beings, to bring that, all that happiness up to enlightenment. Oh, then you want to that, then practice bodhicitta. Oh, then practice bodhicitta. Amazing, amazing. Practice bodhicitta. Wow, 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 wow. What you can do, wow, wow. This small human being, short body, not gigantic body, short body, You see, skeleton inside, skeleton, then piece of meat, piece of, the intestines and piece of flesh, and this, heart and brain and other pieces, wrapped by the veins, the veins wrapped round by veins, and then covered by skin. This covered by skin. You see? So, just, just if you don't wash, bad smell, mouth, bad smell, what comes out, bad smell, what goes out, you can't change what comes out through the body, you can't change. But maybe it depends on what you eat. So, like that, terrible smell, and even though before it went inside, it was eatable, but after went. But Kandala Itkaka, Kandala Dhamsala, Lord Dhamsala, I think, there was at the riverside, there was somebody met Kaka outside. There was a Lama who was Rinpoche, not our Rinpoche, this is Sarame. There was some of the Lamas. So she gave little Kaka to Rinpoche, offered, the Rinpoche tasted. Then she took all the Kaka, then she said, this is, I don't know who meant the Kaka, but quite not bad. That's very interesting. I say, for her, different. What we taste Kaka, she doesn't taste. You have to understand that. You can laugh. You have to. For Guru Yogis, taste bliss, bliss, B-L-I-S-S. You have to understand that. You don't project what you taste to everyone. No, it depends on level mind, how much the mind is pure. So more impure, bad taste. More pure, better taste. So then was Rinpoche, he offered Rinpoche, was Rinpoche, then she offered again. So that's what I was talking before. After the Kaka, I then lost. After Kaka, I lost. What? What? So, so I must tell this. You know, for the Bodhisattvas, you know, for them achieving liberation from oceans of samsara suffering, for them is like that thought for them is like in text in the commentary Bodhisattva it said like used stone. The toilet they used a stone. So I think in the past, you know, now the toilet paper I think getting more in the Western where a toilet paper you get on. But in the past stone. So toilet the paper used paper. Another paper, stone that is used for toilet, you know, to clean caca. So, you see that used in the common trouble. That's like that. That thought to achieve liberation of oneself, free from oceans of samsara suffering of pain, suffering of change, pervasive compound suffering. So omit. Immediately throw away, like the used toilet stone, you see. Immediately throw away. But Bodhisattvas, for them is like this. Like toilet paper. Use, not use, use toilet paper. Kaka, you know. There. So you don't keep nearby on your bed, you know. So immediately you throw a garbage, you know, throw away. So Bodhisattva, you know, the everlasting happiness. I can use that word. The ultimate happiness. They free from oceans of samsara suffering forever. For Bodhisattva, like this. Like used toilet paper. Throw away. Disgusting. Most disgusting. Throw away. Now to be born in hell. To be born in hell, even for one sentient being, is like its greatest bliss. Is a unimaginable pleasure, unbelievable pleasure, like swans entering in the leg, or elephant burned by sun entering the leg. The most exciting, most happiest, most pleasure. Amazing, you know, pleasure. To be born in the hell to receive one sentient being, and born in hell, suffer. Instead of that, you born in hell for that sentient being, to guide that sentient being. That's like incredible. For Bodhisattva, it's a greater pleasure than Arhat achieving nirvana, the mind. So, like that. You see? All like that. For example, as you many of you heard Lamrim might know, the Bodhisattva captain, Guru Shakyamuni, Buddha's past life captain, So he knew that there were 500 business people in the boat or ship or no. So the man was kind of his color was black, and then he had short body. He was carrying a spear to kill. He wanted to kill the 500 people. So the Bodhisattva captain knew that, and so Bodhisattva captain felt so much compassion. Then he killed these 500 people. Then he will born in hell. Then experience suffering for eons, for a long time. Felt so much compassion. Then he decided to kill this black man. So the unbelievable compassion, so to save from the hell, so him to be born in hell instead of that captain, instead of that Minat Dunjunchen carrying the spear. So the unbelievable compassion, then he killed a man with the unbelievable, himself to be born in the hell for that person. So what happened, even though his wish was so strong to be born in hell for him, for that man, to save that man to be born in hell. But what happened by killing that with incredible compassion? Then it purified, that action actually purified his negative karma. 100,000 eons become shorter to be free from samsara, become closer to that, free from samsara. 100,000 eons become shorter. It means 100,000 eons, 100,000 eons quicker to achieve enlightenment. For the captain become like that. The result, like that. So, yeah. So you see the difficulties, difficulties are sicknesses, cancer, or difficulties experiencing, you experience for others. With compassion. Even cancer, experience for others, not just one, numberless sentient being. Numberless sentient being. Experience for others. So whatever problem, family problem, whatever, whatever you experience that with compassion, numberless living beings. So like that. So even you die for numberless sentient beings. That. So it's only incredible pleasure for quick to achieve enlightenment. Even you die for sentient beings. Those who numberless sentient beings who have to suffer, they have to die. So for them, experience death for them. And that to be free from oceans of samsara suffering, have dharmakaya. You experience that. All like that. So exchange ones for others. So like that. So whatever problem is managed for sentient beings. So that. So here, this way, you utilize the problem in the path to enlightenment. Use the problem, whatever difficulty you have, use the problem, even death, this way, we use death dead to achieve enlightenment. To benefit our sentient beings. To be free from oceans or some type of sufferings, to achieve enlightenment. Use the death for that. Even the death used for sentient beings. So whatever problem you have, experience for sentient being. And then free from oceans or some type of suffering, and Dharmakaya, enlightenment, all like that. So it's you collect you collect more than sky merit. Wow, good karma. Wow. Amazing. So like that, really, so become Dharma, virtue, cause of enlightenment, and good way to achieve enlightenment. Good way to be free from samsara, good way to achieve enlightenment. So, so the kasa I must mention this, and when not everything what I taught was so more exact. If I look at the text, the more precise. Otherwise, it doesn't be precise. So the you see, the utilizing suffering in the path to enlightenment, Sangye. Utilizing the suffering in the path to enlightenment, but it's not only suffering. What you utilize in the path to enlightenment is not only suffering, also happiness. Also happiness. So it is said by Chatang Sotu Rangzhu, great Lama, he's a non-sectarian. He taught Lamrim on the basis of Lamrim, the path to enlightenment. So he said, Dungna kunji dungang kurus. Dungna kunji dungang kurus. If you have suffering, you take the suffering from others. May the oceans of suffering be drowned. Means every other sentient beings, oceans of some sort of suffering be drowned, eliminated, free. That's the prayer. May the oceans of some suffering be drowned. Means every sentient beings. So they see. So by taking all their suffering to you, then you see they don't have suffering. So each sentence means ocean suffering be drowned. Okay? Then next one, Jinan Dewa Sosungos. If you are happy, then dedicate. Jinan Dewa Sosungos. If you are happy, then dedicate to others to collect merit. Jinan Dewa Sosungos. pendenanga kawasho. So, you see, if you have happiness, whatever pleasure you have, dedicate for sentient beings. And then you collect more than scarce merit. Then, pendenanga kawasho. To every sentient being, peace and happiness fill the sky, like fill the whole sky. You receive to each sentient being. If you are happy, dedicate your happiness. Dedicate your happiness from collecting merit. Jinan Deva Chosan. So means dedicating for sentiment. How you collect merit? So, Pendenanga Kawasho. Then each sentient being, see the word doesn't say, but it means each sentient being receive happiness, peace, fill the sky. Fill the whole sky. To each sentient. Oh, that. So, for example, not that all the time. I remember, but not that. But you see, you are in the hotel or very comfortable houses, many expensive things and whatever pleasure also. Then you dedicate, you give to all. Numberless helping, hungry ghosts, animals, human beings, sura beings, asura, Indians, numberless beings. You dedicate the pleasure. You give the pleasure. Then say, for each sentient being, the happiness, peace, receive it like fill the whole sky, like that. I think they're enlightened, I think that. So whatever pleasure you experience, so whatever suffering you have problem, then you do that. Taking all the sins being suffering, in particular that problem. Then pray. May the oceans of some suffering be dried to every sentence. So, very good. Okay. So now, it has depend on conventional. I don't know exactly what English conventional practice and ultimate practice. So whenever the sentient beings non-sentient being and sentient being harm, whenever you receive, if you train your mind, if you have become habituated your mind only in recognizing suffering, then